welcome to the Man United agenda. Football, or at least the last round of football before the international football returns, is with us again this Saturday. This time it's a trip down to London's NFL Stadium, where we meet on the mighty Tottenham Hotspur, who are currently buoyed by the fact that they won a Europa League match and now believe that they're completely and utterly unbeatable and that the game is won before the ball is even kicked.
Too right.
To disprove this fact, I am joined, of course, by Mr. B of the Man United agenda, and he's been given a day pass by Colum to come here on the Man United agenda on a day that's not a Friday and talk the talk on behalf of the Spurs, and that is Mr. Dermot. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on. You said you want to be efficient, right? We won. So there's your stream. Not a lot to talk about, guys. We own Manchester, as you well know. We own the blue side of Manchester. We do own the red side of Manchester. And, you haven't beaten us since 2023. There's been a few draws in there. But the most important win was that night in Bilbao. We are European champions. And we are the best team in the world. Now, being serious, thanks for having me on, Rebel and Mr. B. Always a pleasure, always an honor to come to this great, the only United channel I would come on to. So, big up to you.
I am going to be a bit cheeky and a bit insulting, Dermot.
Yeah.
But where's your treble and your Champions League? Just wondering.
Pardon? Sorry?
You know, the Champions League, that big European trophy?
Yeah, big is, yeah.
Is there one of them in your trophy cabinet by Mr. Levy?
We did get to a final once, believe it or not. We went on a day's holiday to Spain at that time, and I think we played some team called Liverpool and the referee. But no, we haven't won the European Champions League or European Cup. No, I know United have won a few.
It's all right. Your day will come. Don't worry.
Anyway, but we are still European champions, and we did beat you in the final.
You're one of the European champions. Paris Saint-Germain are the European champions, to be fair.
But most of your fans live in London anyway. I'm surprised if you give them a map to find Old Trafford, they probably couldn't find it.
But I am going to get over the football. Last time I did a preview show with you, it was actually on your channel. And myself and Colum couldn't even focus on football due to the state of our club. But today due to current circumstances, we are going to talk a bit about football. And I'm just going to bring this up. This is the Premier League form book as it currently sits. Tottenham have won 2 of the last 6 in the Premier League. Manchester United have won 4 of their last 6 in the Premier League with 1 draw and 1 loss. Mm-hmm. Is this significant? Probably not. But it's a stat, and we're delivering it to our good people that are watching. The one that you're probably more interested in is that string of losses that we have against Tottenham. We haven't beaten them since the 23-24 season, and that was the 22-23 season, and that was at Old Trafford when we beat you 2-0. The last 2 times around that area that we got a point off were draws, 2-2, both in various venues. But I want to talk about your team, Dermot. Now, I've robbed this from a Tottenham channel, and this is the expected 11 that they have. Talk to me about that lineup and who you expect to be the difference makers for you out of that.
I'm not sure if Kudos is past the fit to play yet. I hope he is, because I think he can be the danger man on the right. I think Odegaard's now starting to show his quality. I think that front line, though it's not the best, I think will click. I think where you are gonna find it difficult against us is our defense. And if you look at the likes of Romero, Van de Ven, the goal he scored the other night against Copenhagen, your doggy Porro and Vicario, probably the best back 5, I think, at the moment in the Premier League.
Pardon, Dermot?
Let me have my say. I haven't finished yet, Mr. B. Sorry. I will get to my point. I think if you look as a back 5, I think that's our best back 5 that we can put up against you. I think it's compact. I think it's tight, and I think you will find it very difficult to score against us, especially with the Romero and Mickey van der Ven. I think Mickey van der Ven and Romero are probably the two best centre back pairings in the Premier League, and I think we've got a better centre back pairing than you guys. I think where you might beat us is the midfield. Though I love Palunia, but playing Palunia and Bentancur at home, we shouldn't do that. We should play Palunia, Sarr, and I don't think Lucas Bergvall. I think he's still on concussion watch. So I don't know who put Xavi in that midfield. But yeah, I think I do. I think our back five's our strongest point, and I think you're going to find that hard. And I think we do have the best. We have the best back five in the Premier League, in the top sort of 8, the Premier League. I think we've got a really one of the strongest back fives in the league.
I'm going to ask a question here about your claim to the strongest back five, because Andrew Williams rightly points out Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, and Timber, and our goalkeeper Rhea.
Yeah, look, I'm more. When I said the best back five, I meant, look, Arsenal do have a better back five. I meant in the top 8 when it comes to us and United. I think we have a slightly better backhand. I know Andrew Wilson said to mute me and boot me off. That's his opinion, but I'm only coming on to probably play a little bit of mischief with the guys as well. But I do honestly believe we do have a good, decent back five. I'm not saying we've got the best back five in the league, but I think we've got a stronger back five than you. And I think Mickey van der Ven and Romero is a stronger pairing. I think they're more solid together.
I would ask the question, because obviously we'll be coming to our team later, and I'll be giving Mr. B a chance to rebuke your claims. But last time we played you, we had Anthony, Garnacho, Rashford, very much a misfiring front three. We now have Mbumu, who has been the Premier League Player of the Month, I believe, at this stage. He's after getting. We have Cunha, who's an absolute terror running at centre backs. And we have the Sultan of Air, Mr. Sesko. It's a very much a different challenge for you to defend than when you played us in the Europa League final.
It is. I mean, you've bought well in the summer window, if I'm being honest. You bought better than us, and you've bought more quality players than us, I have to say. But I think with Romero and Mickey van der Ven, especially, Romero gives that calmness to our back four. His leadership skills, the way that he leads the defense. And I do feel that we'll find a way to look. It's going to be tough. Premier League games are tough in the league. You know, it's a tough league and it's a tough game. Man United are coming in good form. I think whoever wins on Saturday goes second, I think, don't they? I think for a time being. So I think it's a lot riding on it as well. Our home record hasn't been great. But I just feel that we've got enough to beat you on Saturday. And I think that will come from our back five. Because I feel like I just think we've got enough to beat you on Saturday. And I think that's where we're going to start.
All right, couple of things. If Kudus doesn't play, you're going to play Johnson, who is absolutely good for nothing.
I agree.
Gavi, as well as people thought he would have been in the league, has been absolute. What's the word that Tony used? That Andrew used here? Pony. That's the word. He said he's pony. I'm sure that used to be your shirt sponsor a few years ago. I don't see where your confidence is coming from, to be fair, Derms. I understand your back four in defence. Vicario's a bag of shit. Let's be honest. He's 2 levels above what Onana was. He's prone to mistakes. Yes, he's had a couple of good games. But I think now that we've set how we've set in regards to scoring from set pieces and putting the ball where we want it to go, I think Vicario could well be a weakness for you. Obviously, going forward, I don't think you have anything. Yeah, you scored 4 goals this week. In who did you play on Thursday? On Wednesday?
Yeah, it was Copenhagen. Look, yeah, I agree. Okay. Copenhagen wasn't a great game. It wasn't a big team. I get what you're saying, Mr. B, and I do agree with you. But I just look, I'm confident because I always back my team to win. That's where my confidence comes.
I just want to point out, just statistically, in the Premier League, both Manchester United and Tottenham have scored 17 goals this season. So clearly, there's goals to be found against you, Dermot. And I don't think you'd claim that your forward line is as potent as when you had Heung-min Son and Harry Kane leading the line for you. It's very much a wish version of that former great lineup that you had.
Yeah, I'm not saying we've got a great forward line. We haven't. We've got a really poor forward line. But you can only play the players that you have. And and I do feel with Kudos and Xavi, I do feel that they are sparks. I think Xavi's getting better at every game that goes. I think Kudos is our main area of scoring goals, to be fair. But it's a game of football. Anything can happen in 90 plus minutes. Anything, as we saw in Bilbao, both teams didn't play well, but we got the luck of the draw that night. And if you look the way we played you last season, I think there are both very poor sides having poor seasons. So I'm looking forward to an exciting game on Saturday. But yeah, I will say you got a better front line than us. I'm not denying that. But I'll always back my team to win. I'll back my team 100%. And always have, always will be.
Interestingly, Andrew is saying that Van der Ven is top class, and I think nobody's going to debate that he's other than top class. But an interesting point in the corner front, Vicario is excellent, but in corners he's a bit suspect, he's saying. Now, I want to point out 3 players to you. De Ligt, Casemiro, and Seshko. All are 3 very much aerial problems. Do you believe that there's enough people that can go head-to-head in those aerial battles to stop them getting on a header and possibly frustrating Mr. Vicario?
I would have to say Romero, Van der Ven. I think them 2 would. I think you would have to Palunia as well. I think he's another one that might. But it would be them 3 for me. Bentacle maybe, but I think definitely Van der Ven and Romero. And Palunia he's been a little bit of a silent. He's done things silently, and I think he's been a good player for us actually since we signed him. So I would say them 3. But I'm looking forward to it. It's always a bit of fun. It's a bit of banter between our channel and my channel. But I'm looking forward to it because it's always a good game that comes up. Usually, it's always a good game.
Yeah, Andrew's also given credit to Paulinia. Now, interestingly, he's only on loan to you, Dermot, so there is a chance that he could be robbed from underneath your noses by the likes of your Cities, your Chelseas, and whatnot, if they decide to trigger on him. So I suppose that's obviously one worry with a loan player, is that you put them in a shop window and you don't have a guarantee of first refusal. But Mr. B, I'm going to bring us to the Manchester United team, and maybe you might talk me through this and who you think could present some dangers for Tottenham.
Lamins, first choice now. I don't think we don't discuss goalkeepers no more. We know he's in Euro. Obviously, my Rolls Royce of a centre back. I think he needs to start. He's had 1 dodgy game this season, got dropped for the other one. De Ligt, future captain, starts every week. I don't have any problem with that. This is my bone of contention, but he's still playing. He has done well, probably played more minutes. The less said about Daisy playing, the better. I won't agree with that. Ahmad obviously scored the leveler last week. Defensively, still poor, but going forward, he always plays in all of the big games. King Casa, as I'm going to call him for the rest of the season. I think he's doing a perfect job in there. Bruno, we all know that we would rather somebody else played in there, but to be fair, his numbers are still what his numbers are. So Bruno's still putting it in. He starts. Cunha, the manager called him his Maverick today. He starts. In Bremo, player of the month. The less said about that, the better. And obviously Sesko starts up front. Obviously there could be a couple of changes with that in regards to. I'm only looking at Mount really for Sesko. Guys in the chat, Rebel.
What about
And
Dorgu and Daisy?
I'm not sure he drops Daisy. I'll be honest. I'm not sure he drops Daisy. He's played him for the last few games. I don't think he drops him. I don't know what Dorgu has to do in game to keep him out, but we all know that Dello is this wonderful trainer. That's been known for years, so that's probably why he's in. He's on in-game performances is probably what should be keeping him out, if we're honest. And obviously the Sesko Mount one. Obviously, if Mount plays, we know that Cunha ends up being up top. Do you think that might be better in regards to throwing Tottenham off the fact that they might not have a player to mark?
Might do, but I don't think so. I don't think it will. I think I look at that United side, though you have played well recently. I think you shouldn't. I think you look at the game against Forest on Saturday. You should have won that. To be fair, and you had enough chances to win that. And that goal of clearance off the line. I thought one player I'm surprised not in there is Ahmed. That who scored his first goal against Forest on Saturday.
Who? Ahmad, he's in there.
Is he? Oh, sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't see
he was
that.
in there, yeah.
He's the one that worries me. I think he's a great talent. And he should have got 2 on Saturday against Forest, to be fair. But apart from that, I think it's the attack. I think it's our defense can handle. I think we will handle that defense all right. It's the midfield where it's going to be won and lost for me. Paliunia against your midfield and our midfield 3 against your 3. I think that's where the game's going to be won and lost.
Your 3 against our 2, you mean?
Yeah, you 2. Sorry, yeah. I think that's where the game's going to be won and lost on Saturday.
Does it feel we're concerned that we have wins over Liverpool and Chelsea this year?
Not really, no. I think if you look at the Premier League as a whole, I think it's been a very weird Premier League apart from Arsenal. But if you look at the rest of the league, a win for either club on Saturday going to the top 2. You go second for a while. I think it's been a very strange Premier League to start off with. But no, it doesn't concern me, and our home form concerns me. But I think after Thursday, I think everyone will be confident about Saturday and the atmosphere will be good, be a good atmosphere. And if we can get behind the team and start the game well and put you under pressure and rarely stop you from playing, then I think we might have a chance. I think it's going to be a tight game. There'll be a goal either way in it. I don't think it'd be a 1-0 or draw in my view.
I'm going to come at you with obviously the first sign of cracks that we actually saw in Tottenham, and that was that your manager Thomas Frank was ignored by 2 players at the end of a game. How much can you read into that, or was it a kind of a case of they were just pissed in the moment?
Look, that Chelsea game was a very, very hard moment for us all. I was really angry with that performance. I was extremely angry with it. I was embarrassed. I was angry because the players showed no fight, no desire, no nothing. And look, I don't mind if we lose as long as we play well, as long as we give it our all, as long as the players play for the shirt. I think we all know football's all about desire and intensity, and it's all about giving 110%, and we didn't do that against Chelsea. So I don't think we'll see that type of performance again. I think Chelsea always beat us anyway, but I just feel that we will turn up Saturday and we'll use what we've done against you recently, especially last season. And I think it's the same group of players, more or less, bar a few new ones, that we've got this confidence against you, that we've got this confidence that we can go and get a result against you. And I think we'll see a very different Tottenham side than the one we saw against Chelsea, to be fair.
Before I get Mr. B to go to the comments, one final question, because obviously we will be coming to score predictions shortly. So those in the comments, please do get your score predictions live and ready so that we can call them out. But obviously, Manchester United last year, we struggled for goals. I think that was the thing that we were crying about so much here. Well, not crying about, but raging about here more than anything last season, other than Banana Head, of course. But Manchester United, if we can get in and upset you with an early goal, considering that we play in the formation that we play, that it does kind of stifle wide play just a bit, could that upset you if you're chasing a goal behind?
It could, yeah. I think it can. But I think, I mean, any team that goes behind, you've got to come out, haven't you? You've got to attack the other side, so you're going to leave spaces behind anyway. But I just feel that on Saturday, I think Thursday, we may run against Copenhagen, and Copenhagen are one of the worst teams in the Champions League, right? And you've had a full week to prepare for this game. You've had no European interruptions. You've had a full week preparation. We've played on Tuesday, rest and everything. Yes, you expect United to win because you've had your full week of preparation. We've played Tuesday. We're playing 2 games a week. And we've got the early kickoff on Saturday. But I still expect us to come up and put in a really good performance against you guys and really give you a tough game. It will go either way. It's going to be a tight game. It's not going to be lopsided either way. It's going to be whoever wins and loses it in midfield. I feel whoever takes their chances on Saturday will win the game. And there's going to be one chance for either side. Whoever takes that chance, I think that's the tipping point. And I think that's where the game will be won and lost.
Mr. B, take us to the comments, and then we'll come back with score predictions.
Okay, so why is United fan? It's not bragging rights on Saturday. We just want to get the result. That one I should have done it like that. Andrew saying, storm in a teacup. If Spurs win a couple of games, no one will remember. Why is United fan is asking, is Maguire fit to play? He hasn't said he's unfit. I'm just not sure. Tottenham aren't really going to be that aerial bombardment team. I don't think, maybe from set pieces, but in play, I think we probably have enough to deal with that. Damien Walsh need to play a low block to beat Spurs, like they did at Liverpool. Spurs midfield is stronger, so you think that we're going to be trying to bypass their midfield again? Why is United fans also saying Manu and Zexi will come on in the second half? No, they won't. No, they won't. Stephanie's saying Bruno owes us big style, can't fluff his lines and miss big chances. Another one here. The Casemiro-Paulinho battle will be interesting. I actually think Paulinho's a better player. He's the one who I would have rather had in the team than Casemiro, as well as Casemiro's playing. We'll see. Here we go. This is from Andrew. If Spurs play like they did in the final, we should have enough. I think we'll have more than enough, Dermot. I'll be honest. I think we have more than enough to take you on Saturday. It's not a game that I'm worried about. Our only away from home, we're probably not as good as we should be or as clinical as we should be. But you guys at home are terrible. Away from home, are probably slightly better. Yeah, so I don't see. Last season before the final, there you worry, but I just look at. I said you were saying a little bit earlier on that your team probably hasn't changed too much. Our team has changed a lot in regards to confidence. The 3 players that we've got, Cunha. Obviously, we talk about the big 3: Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo. But you also have to throw Mount into that, in the fact that we haven't had him for 2 years and he's hit the ground running as well. So it's 4 players that you have to worry about, whereas we probably only have to worry about, really,
Van de Ven.
Van der Ven. He's a defender.
He-
You know, he's a defender. He's gonna be a goal threat at corners, but during the game, Van der Ven shouldn't be a goal threat. He's a centre back. So I don't see where Tottenham have the advantage over Man United in this game. I understand you scored the 4 goals against Copenhagen, which is great, but you've also confirmed that they're the worst team in the Champions League. I get it. You have to take your chances when they come. I'm hoping that you do have confidence to come out to give us space, but I don't see it. I think that Frank is playing to Tottenham's strengths, or more to other teams' strengths. He's not concentrating on his own. He hasn't got his own style of play, his own system. He's changing his teams to adapt to whoever you're playing. So, and have they had a week to train? No, it's going to be one day. So I just don't see how you win the game, Dermot. I don't see how you. I don't see it. Not being braggadocious, not being cocky, but just looking at it and the cold light of day, I don't see how you beat us.
Look, I understand that, because you look at form, you've had better last 4 or 5 games. You look at your last 5 games to our 5 games, you've been more clinical than us. I agree with that. But if you look at the Premier League and how tight it is, and yes, we played bad against Bournemouth. Yes, we should have beaten Wolves, but we didn't. Yes, there's games where we should have won and we've either drawn. We went away to Everton and won 3-0. Didn't play particularly well that day, but got the 3 points. We're unbeaten in the Champions League. And there is something growing at Tottenham. There's an inner confidence that we can do something. Yes, our home form is wank. I agree with you. I don't really disagree with a lot what you're saying, Mr. B, but it's because I support my team. I never back my team to lose. That's where my confidence comes from. And people may call it deluded. People may call it I'm talking shite. People may see it in a negative way. But I always have been and always will be. I back my team 100%. I don't mind who it's against. If it's against Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, I will back my team 100% to win. And whoever wins on Saturday after 90 minutes, if you beat us, Mr. B and Rebel, I would say fair play to you. You're a better team on the day, and congratulations. You deserve the 3 points. And I know if the other way around, you'd be the same. But it was all about for me, Tottenham coming out and matching you and stopping you from playing. And if we can do that, and we can keep it together, keep our defense, keep your forward line quiet, win that midfield battle, and take our chances, I think we've got a chance. I'm confident we can win. You're confident you're going to win, and that's what I love about football. It's all about confidence, isn't it? It's all about backing your team 100% to win the game, and that's what I love about football.
And that brings me quite aptly to score predictions. I've got Wise United fan telling me well, actually, before I come to that, Andrew Williams saying Van der Ven has got 6 goals so far this year. Wise United fan saying 2-0, and then park the bus. Who else we got here? Stephanie Griffiths going 3-0. Damien Walsh going 2-all. And that's all the score predictions that we have so far. So I'm going to start with Mr. B, score prediction, then Dermo, and then I'll give mine, and then we'll wrap up.
I actually think we're going to win 3-1. I think Tottenham will score, as much as I was poo-pooing their attack. And it probably will be Johnson, who probably won't do anything else in the game apart from score. That's his job, I suppose. I see Tottenham panicking at some stages in the game. I see them getting overrun in some stages in the game. I think if we can survive the first 15 minutes, because they're going to be coming out there singing, you know, that big yellow wall that they've got there. They're going to be making noise. They're going to be boisterous. We either score early to shut the stadium down, you know what they like at Tottenham, or we sit it in for 15 minutes and take the fire that they've got, and then we beat them. It's not even because you're on Dermot and I feel cocky, but yeah, I'll go 3-1, and you know it's going to be one of those front three, or four, including Mount, who plays and scores the goal. So yeah, 3-1, easy day's work.
Me. I'm actually going to go for a tighter game than that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think, as I said, whoever wins the midfield, I think that wins the game. I think we've got a slightly strong. I think we've got, when it comes to corners, I think we're different on set pieces than we were last season. Look, I'm not taking Man United lightly. As I said, your form, if you look at the last 5 Premier League games, you have been very good, very consistent. You've got good wins. You should have beaten Forest on Saturday. I know you'd be disappointed with that, but if you look at the way that you've beaten Liverpool away from home, which I did say you would beat Liverpool, you did back that up with the Brighton win. Then I think after that, but I think that I feel we're going to win on Saturday. I'm backing my team to win, never to lose. Going for 2-1, and I think Kulu would get not Kulu, Kudos would get one, and Mickey van der Ven from a corner.
Colin saying, Dermot confirming, Spurs are Lego-headed Arsenal FC in disguise.
I do you know what? I get that, and I think that's fair. But I think Thomas Frank has made this more difficult to play against. This is not the team that you played under Ange Postecoglou, where we were open at the back and we were dreadful. I think this is a more organised, harder team to beat. So I understand your confidence, and Mr. B, you're perfect. I think it's great. I love it that you're that confident. It's great to see United playing well, by the way. And where we finished last season, it's great to see us up there in the top half of the table, where either of us can go second for a few hours. And I'm really pleased to see that. But for 90 minutes, Mr. B, I'm going to want my team to beat yours as passionately as you're going to want to beat mine. But after the game, I will send you a text, win, lose, or draw, and I will congratulate you or I will commiserate you. But I wish you all the very best of luck, brother. I really do. I'm looking forward to a good game, and may the best team win.
Well, it's my turn now. And last year I was known as Mr. Negative. Mr. Yeah, but we can't win because, and all the rest of it. Here's my prediction. I think Manchester United are going to win. And we're going to put 4 past Tottenham.
Ooh.
4 goals. Now, I haven't made up my mind whether Tottenham are going to get 1 or 2 of them back. But I think Manchester United are going to come out of the NFL stadium, 3 points in our back pocket, and a nice pleasant trip back to Manchester to get some scran afterwards. Now, as you said, win, lose, or draw, we will have an exchange of messages after the game. But I think Manchester United owe Tottenham, and they owe them big time. You've been crowing, you've been cackling, you've been ruling the roost, and as a wise man once said, at some point you have to knock them off their fucking perch. And that perch is due to be knocked. So that's my prediction. Manchester United 4, Tottenham 2.
Oh, 4-2. That's a big game.
I'm going. There's me going for a tight game. You two being a bit more delusional than me. Which is the other way around, to be fair. You know that, Mr. B, more than anyone. I do the Friday night. Look, I always love Man United Tottenham games down the years. You've always had the better of it. We've only beaten you 16 times in 66 Premier League games during the whole history. And of course, for me, it goes back to we were 3-0 up and you won 5-3 when Fergie or Roy Keane said, lads, it's only Tottenham. But we're not the same Tottenham that you met in the final.
We're
we're not
definitely
saying,
not the same United terms.
yeah, I know, and I agree with that. I'm glad. That's why I said I'm glad that we're up where we are, because we should never have been down where we were. And this is where it's going to be more interesting. It's about who wins that midfield battle. Us three against Euro 2. Campagna against Casemiro. You've got Vicario against Sesko. You've got Mickey van der Ven and Romero against Dillette and Yoro. You've got Vicario against your keeper. Do you know, there's lots of battles in this game. And do you know what? There may be a world full of Uniteds. There may be a world full of Cities. There may be a world full of Rovers. But there's only one Hotspur. And that's the greatest team in the world. European champions, Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, Manchester United versus Tottenham will be taking place at 12:30 on Saturday morning. So it's a nice early start and plenty of time for Tottenham tears throughout the rest of the weekend. But Dermot, we want to thank you for coming on and representing your half of this epic battle that's due to take place on Saturday. Let the people know where to find you.
I just want to know, I hope we win after all of that now.
No chance.
If we lose, I'm turning my phone off for about a month. I could just expect the amount of messages from you lot. Yeah, if you like what I have to say, and please do come over to THFC to a day. We're on the March for 3K. We've had a really good year. I just want to say thank you to Colin and you, Rebel, and you, Mr. B, for the last year for your support, because we've not doubled. We've doubled our viewership from 105,000 last year to over 350,000 views this year for the whole year. And I want to thank you guys for letting me come on. Colin, you, Rebel, of course, you were come on to my channel, Mr. B. You've been on there. All the support you've shown me over the years. So thank you so much. And the guys in the chat as well. But yeah, if you'd like to, hit like and subscribe, but do it here. This is probably the #1 Manchester United channel on YouTube. So let's get these back bigger than the United stand. The lads put a lot of work hard in here. Mr. B does, Rebel does, Colin does, Rio does as well. Everyone on this channel. So let's get them to be the biggest Irish, English Man United channel in YouTube. But yeah, please do that. Thank you so much.
Dermot, I just want to point out these are the European champions. Just so you know.
Yeah, but yeah, we still won the Europa League.
I know. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children,
and it was a Luke Shaw own goal, by the way. I'm now retracting the Brendan Johnson. It was a Luke Shaw own goal.
As for watch-alongs, I do not know what Colin's position is work-wise this weekend. I'm sure if he's free, he will be providing you with blow-by-blow coverage in everything that unfolds in Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. But as Fergie once said, it's only Tottenham, and we've been the Man United agenda. Good night.